these two fighters should be a really good... Alexander.
This bout is...
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. When are we going to see a jab from these two? They're both trying for a knockout. Look how that straight's affecting them. How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting under the sun here for this big showdown.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything, you've got the breeze of the wind, you've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this, your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Beautiful counter shot. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Just misses with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Don't be looking there for one shot at a time.
Take the round off, win the round on your jab, and breathe while you step back.
He's hurt, he's ready to go, but you've got to be smart, otherwise he'll see it and ride it out. Go out there and finish it. The jab's working nice. Those 1-2s.
Got him this round. Get out there and switch on. Get this buck.
Don't let him back into the fight. Great round.
Get this round. Get your mind back. Get your focus back. Get that jab back. Just box.
Work. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
Be smart when you go out.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Now, I don't want you to load up. Don't
Get around. Come on, let him back.
Let's get it started in round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put him on the back foot. Put him under pressure.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Insane action. They call it the glory division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. Back and forth they go. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Baron, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
great work. Stay focused. Don't let me confuse.
Get your rhythm back, and then we go again. I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus back, get that jab back. Just box it.
Because don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him no free shots. Keep smart.
Go back and win the round, right? It's only one.
Loading up, but you're still landing your power shots. Good luck. Don't forget the jab.
Here we go to the fourth round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And he misses with that straight left. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. And he misses with that straight left. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Nice round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
Don't care. Go out there and win this next round.
That's beautiful. That's it. Start just sticking a few body shots in there.
Just there and win this round. You had everything in the bag and now you've let it back into it. Get out there and switch up. Get this boxing back together. Don't let
He's hurt. He's ready to go. But you've got to be smart.
You're better than this, kid. Go back out there and win the round.
Just the same again. Don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you do.
Right, let's get out there. Get your boxing back together.
Work is thinking.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Just missing with the uppercut. Both men step back for just a moment. You'd like to see more jabs. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
Look at that jab slip. Just slip.
Put it back on him in this round. I need you to switch
Jab's working nice. Got 1-2 straight down the middle.
and win the round. You got complacent. The fight's not over yet.
On to the 6th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Stick him on the end of a jab and then start gathering your pace.
Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense, man.
Don't worry about our round. Don't worry about our round. Let's go out there.
There's the bell to start round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through it?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Needs to put some combination work together. 1 punch is good, 2 punches better. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Wolfman, you know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
What are you doing? You start to make this
Smart. The jab's working nice. Those ones...
listen, get your mind back on the job. Get back out there and win the round.
Don't let him back into the fight. Ray Rare. Smart, you weren't loading up, but you were still landing your power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab.
Now you're letting back into it now.
And we enter the 8th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there, because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
He missed with that jab. You'd like to see more jabs. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Missing with that jab. He threw the hook, didn't land. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The judges have spoken a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, big, hard lesson. I totally agree.
What a night for a fight under the light. Here comes the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs, fighting out a new...
This bout.
Lots of hype as they will... You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Missing with that jab. What an amazing environment, Johnny. A special night. These two gladiators going at it in the outdoors.
It's been a long, long day, Todd. They've been drinking, they've been out in the sun, they've been having a good time. But this is what they've been waiting for. This crowd can be very unpredictable. And by the sense of it, it's nighttime now. They're waiting for the big fight. There's a lot of pressure on these fighters' shoulders to get that job done and perform.
Can they figure out the combination to this thing?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like,
Sugar Ray is down! Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
where did that come from? What a shot. One, two, three, four. Are you okay?
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be. We just saw it.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Okay, focus, man, focus. Big deep breath, big deep breaths. Otherwise you'll see it and you'll ride it.
What do we expect to see here in round two? He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
The straight right just misses. Straight right just misses. Lucky that hook didn't score. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
A very competitive round here so far.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
That counter shot lands. You'd like to see more jabs. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. The straight right just, you know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
There's one momentum. Go back and win the round, right? So
Let's get it started in round three. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
There's a counter shot. Straight right, just misses. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Trying to land that jab. Only catching air with that hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
There's the bell for round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. Caution being thrown to the wind. They exchange punches. Hook misses. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
That's his round. Taking a few body shots in there. Vary it up a little bit so he can't figure you. There's a god-awful round that was. Come on. You're letting back into the fight, but you're still landing the power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense on him. Think about what to do. Good work.
On to the 5th we go. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Miss with that jab. Both men step back for just a moment. Oh boy, the Miracle Man now in some trouble. A much better game plan here.
What caught sleeping on the job?
Whoa, Johnny. Jacobs in real trouble. And it appears they weathered the... Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. A perfect counter shot. Catch and shoot. Uh-oh, code red time here for... Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Again, slick. Now it's a tougher fight. He's going to be confident. He's got to...
Now, don't want to load up. Don't be looking for that one shot or anything.
And start gathering your pace and win this round.
Here we go in the 6th round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, we'll just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweights.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Incredible work rate. There's a counter shot. The straight right just misses. The perfect counter lands. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Nice counter. A lot of, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And there's the bell to start round 7. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The jab not finding its target. Straight right just misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there, and you're letting the shots go. You've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
He got out of the way of that right hook. This is not where Daniel Jacobs wants to be right now. He almost saw a knock. Hold it right. And there goes Jacobs. He's down. He made his liver quiver. Look at this again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Not a lot of punch output. Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
I like that round. Good work. Just keep them on the
Much better in this fight. Much better. He's not in your league.
That's it. Just start working a few body shots in there.
And there's the bell to start round 8. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Got out of the way of that right hook. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
His stamina is off the charts. That hook was off target. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Oh boy, the Miracle Man now in some trouble. A pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.